Well, Kiefer never really gave himself a chance not and really
yes, put up at this stage here, Rafter camping onto the net. And very smart at the end, waiting, just delaying matters to see if Kiefer was moving out of the corner of his eye.
well, that's a rally, but Rafter will hate it. And again, he lets Kiefer.
Yes, Kiefer should throw there because he knew that he should have lobbed on the previous point. And it wasn't a lob, should have put the smash away.
It's not been a good game for Kiefer, playing so well break. And Rafter has a chance here, without a good in this game, to go where he was. Terrific forehand from Kiefer.
Such sensible by Kiefer, and one of the reasons he's done so well this year, one of the best amongst the top serve, applies that little bit more. You could see there why. Time he's saving his.
Slider. Can break for the Aussie. But if you didn't know Rafter, you'd say that it's coming a bit to pressure. Maybe to Kiefer.
Well, I think it's certainly both. I think Kiefer just so well. Rafter ordinarily would have been in on that second serve, and fundamentally he's saved actually another break and on a second serve. But still plays the Becker of walking steps for when he feels he's got the opponent on the run towards the net. Chance for 6-5.
is a really poor game to standards. 2 break points, chances, but he was able to take them and lead 6-5. Situation then, Pat Rafter at 5-6, second set down to Nicholas Kiefer. Not yet with the returns he got in the previous game.
Well, there's a real bit of urgency in the Rafter serve, and of course one can understand why he came away from going out, losing his title.
Suddenly, he's got Kiefer guessing. Well, that was an uplifted Rafter there. Much better serving. Maybe it was Kiefer just checking for the first time, but it's tie-break time, and this will be mighty interesting.
Yes, a rare love game by Rafter. They've played 2 tiebreakers. Kiefer's won both of them. Kiefer this year 10-7, I have him. And that's confirmed, Rafter 12-13. Kiefer won an important tiebreaker against Haas in the second set.
Yes, very well played, Rafter. Reacted with terrific instincts and accuracy off that neck. Had to put it deep.
Yes, and one could say too that Kiefer had hit it so well, perhaps given that he's got such good reflex volleys, that it may have been a bit of luck. Otherwise he'd have had to play it pretty low. But one of the few who can handle that sort of net court.
Not quite. Must have just drifted wide and not happy. Once is bad enough, but having to deal with a second successive one, that's tough. So Kiefer then with a mini break.
Too many missed first serves in his last service game. Needs to get a better percentage in here. Otherwise there'd be a lot of pressure from Rafter, surely.
It's an extraordinary rally. Again, it's almost like Kiefer's expecting Rafter to come in, surely he will, and make a mistake. But how would you expect Rafter to make a mistake like that?
Quite. Yes, I thought Rafter would actually come in behind the serve there. I think he ought to in this tiebreaker, just to test the Kiefer mentality, the Kiefer temperament.
Kiefer looking a little defensive there. It's almost as if perhaps the words that Bob Brett have been saying to him, a bit more percentage tennis, keep your aggression going, but play the percentages a little more. It's got to him almost too much. Fantastic play. That's what's got him to where he is. That kind of returning and that kind of pass. And even Rafter didn't have a clue.
Well, that's as clinical a point as we've seen. We've seen some terrific rallies here. As short as it was 100% all round.
Can you take one from here?
So this is it. These two will do the job for him if he can nail them.
The way he played that return, it was almost as if he was just couldn't wait to serve. Very makeable.
Glorious shot from Rafter. Again, a little tentative from Kiefer. Well, what about the wrist work from Rafter to put that away? But Kiefer a little edgy there.
Well, Kiefer had this to be one. He just stooped a little bit, didn't move his feet to it, but as you say, lovely control by Rafter.
Sword play. And he'll have seen Kiefer wobble a bit there and wonder whether he can get it. Just long. Kiefer can't believe what's happening. Rafter getting the volley home under severe pressure. What's he looking at?
Looking at the linesperson, but the volley was deep, but it wasn't deep enough to be out. Just checked his lob.
Two mini breaks neutralized. Rafter very nearly stretching across the centre line as he serves with his right foot. But from 5-1 down, 5-all.
Yes, Kiefer's really lost his grip. I think that 5-1 point, the missed return, was a big one.
There's nowhere near the returning now from Kiefer. And Rafter somehow has got himself out of this, but I think with a little help from the German. That sureness of return is now elusive. Here's set point for Rafter. Way long. And character changed the course of that set. Kiefer, no doubt, did wobble. He had Rafter where he wanted him. He wasn't able to put him away. And Rafter somehow is still in this match, and he's won his first ever set against Nicholas Kiefer.
Yes, I think certainly a case of Kiefer counting his chickens, really, because at 5-1, it was certainly his, and that second serve by Rafter, not a particularly good one, and Kiefer's return just awful, and from then on, he frankly crumbled. And Rafter, of course, was always going to fight.
It's been a story in Kiefer's progress, no doubt. As we were saying, match by match, month by month, he's advanced. There's the Lucent graphics, the points won by Rafter. You see the moves forward. The red, the greatest heat, that's where he is most of the time when he wins the rallies. Points won by Kiefer. Kiefer advancing just across that baseline. No real change though. Rafter not able to get up quite as much. And Kiefer a little bit more inside the baseline than he was. But it's not so much the statistics or the graphics that decided that. It was between the ears, really.
Yes, when you get somebody who's as competitive as Rafter, even though he looked to be out of it, you just knew that he was going to be fighting. It's a big match in terms of points that he might have lost had he gone out here in 2 straight sets. Defending champion, but there's more to Rafter than that. No matter what the game is, no matter what the event is, you know he's fighting.
Having a few words with Carlos Bernardes about the call, the key call that he felt. But how's he going to react? Rafter to serve, which is probably just as well. Kiefer could be less than focused in this particular game. We shall see. Difficult for Kiefer to suddenly click into the returns he was getting through much of the first and second sets after such a, by his standards, poor spell of returning during the breaker. Certainly finding the top of that net fairly regularly. He wants the towel. Carlos Bernardes warning him for a delay. Well, it actually speeded him up any.
But a superstition there, not just any old towel does he want, but he wants a particular towel. Of course, we know he's a superstitious individual, and very often want to serve with the winning ball.
Seemed to have got the right towel there. It's well played. By Rafter standards, that was a poor volley. Breakpoint Kiefer.
He's got a slightly distant look in his face now, Kiefer, hasn't he?
Sure has. It's alarming, really. You see it from time to time, don't you? But it's definitely there now. Oh, well played. It may have been a distant look, but didn't he whip back into full focus? A terrific rally from both players, and Kiefer thoroughly deserves his break. He's ahead again. So far in the third set, Nicholas Kiefer. So far in the third set, Nicholas Kiefer leading 3-2, breaking in the opening game. Holds since then from both guys.
Kiefer, a loser in the third round last year to Jonas Bjorkman in '97, didn't play because he'd had ankle problems. So between Stuttgart in '97 and Tashkent, he was out of the game for some time.
Attempted lob, it almost became a drop shot.
I think he's telling himself that he's lobbing too much and that he's got to go for them. But if only that had been a lob, as you say.
That was a poor shot. Rafter riding his luck, mishit return that could have gone anywhere. A wayward shot from Kiefer, and here's Rafter with a chance to pounce back, get the break back that he dropped in the opening game of this set. No, signs of impatience which used to dog him in the past, Kiefer. He's been so patient in this match, but a couple of impatient-looking shots there. Set all, 3-all. I think I said earlier on that Rafter hadn't dropped a set to Kiefer. Of course, in Indian Wells, he did drop a set. The second, Kiefer won the first on the tiebreak. Rafter won the second. Kiefer won the third, 7-5. It'll be the same pattern this time. Rafter looks to have the impetus at the moment. You wonder whether Kiefer's had his chances. It will be a very big match for Kiefer to win from here, having been in front a couple of times, significantly in front.
Yes, I agree, particularly the way he looks just at the moment. He has told himself not to lob. That first point suggesting that he's not listening to himself.
But he has that ability to turn it around.
Of course, I might have misconstrued it, but there was the opportunity to lob there, and he certainly avoided doing it. Getting over here with time, planting the foot. Occasionally will play off the left foot, sometimes off the right.
played his best tennis when in front, Kiefer, but good when they're level or he's just a little bit behind. You certainly see it.
Sorry, mate.
A late call, but it looked like it was the right one. And a cracking second serve. It's a late call, overruled it looked like from Carlos Bernardes. And Rafter's in front. Kiefer having more words to say to Carlos Bernardes. Welcome back to the Du Maurier Stadium, quarter-finals day in the Du Maurier Canadian Open. 3-4 final set. Nicholas Kiefer of Germany, Pat Rafter, the champion from Australia. If you've just joined us already through to the semi-finals, Thomas Johansson from Sweden beating Jim Courier in straight sets. Andre Agassi beating Fabrice Santoro. 11-3. Kafelnikov and Martin still playing on the adjoining court.
Very high ball toss, but it's a powerful serve by Kiefer, who's not up at 6 foot. It uses the most of his height. There's 5'11", 180 of him, but he averages over 6 aces a match.
Well played. He built the rally twice. Should have put it away the first time. But full marks to him for building it again.
Oh, that's an extraordinary rally. We really have seen them here this week. The crowd absolutely delirious. And you've got to commend the players, because the crowd was so involved during the course of that rally. It would have been so easy to lose concentration, and yet both of them stuck to it.
Yes, Rafter. Really pleased with that. Cat and mouse. And Kiefer succumbing.
Well, I think they ought to pay them a little more for this exhibition. 29th stroke of the rally, Kiefer missed it. I didn't count the previous. But those two rallies, well, we've seen more tennis in them than we see in the whole of Wimbledon.
And rallies are played back-to-back in almost contrasting matches, aren't they? You play a defensive rally like that, then it's gung-ho, the next one. Kiefer again marching forward. I think he wants that ball back. Here we are. And this one again, mate.
Yes, this is really a credit to the fitness level of these two players.
Yeah, I think it's the first time I've seen Rafter gasping for air. Yeah, that's very good fighting qualities from Nicholas Kiefer. Looking around just to see exactly who's appreciated it. Bob Brett, will it?
Yes, I don't think I've ever seen Kiefer actually get involved as well with the crowd, and I say as well in that he's almost obviously enjoying it and enjoying their reaction to it. Sometimes he'll get involved and that will be his downfall. Great maturing process going on here, I think.
Yep. Rafter got used to this kind of returning in the first couple of sets.
Rafter's got two ambitions when he goes to the Kiefer backhand, either to get enough kick so that Kiefer has difficulty stretching wide and has to release and play the one-handed stroke. Possibly just served a little too much to the Kiefer backhand, I think. But that's his stock serve. Won 2 US Opens doing it.
The first volley was a little straight, which caused the pressure. Kiefer poised for one more venomous blow. Serving for the match if he takes this. Just. Sometimes I'm just not quite sure what he's looking at. As if he can't believe what's just happened, good or bad.
Yes, I suppose having played such good two-handers, then suddenly on the big point to lift it just a little too much. Well, far too much.